Hi guys, it's me again and welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, I'm bringing you a sort of full face of first impressions. I'm just going to be trying out some new makeup that I got over Christmas and just new makeup that I bought myself recently, like last year obviously, but haven't had a chance to use. So yeah guys, nothing really else to say except I hope you've had a good start to the new year, and if you're excited about this video, continue watching and let's get started. So for today's video, I actually don't have a primer, so I've just moisturised my skin. I don't actually have a primer on and I don't have anything for brows, so I've done my brows off camera. So yeah, let's get started. I'm just going to use my Makeup Revolution concealer as a primer and I'm going to blend this out. I am going to just do one eye on camera. So I actually have a new sponge to use. This, I'm sure, is called the Sigma 3D HD sponge. I'm not sure if it is actually called that. So this is a new sponge that I'll be trying out today as well. To set my concealer, I'm going to use my new eyeshadow palette. This is the Huda Beauty Ruby Obsessions palette. So this is what it looks like inside. I'm just going to use this shade and put this all over my lid. And I'm patting this in as well. I'm not like swiping them. So for eyes, I don't really know what I want to do, but I think I'm going to go in with this one in my crease first. It's a really nice peachy pink. Okay, so this colour I really like so far actually. Picking up really well, not super pigmented. Do have to build it up. And there's like no fallout as well. That's one thing I do want to mention. Now I'm going to go in with this colour here. This shade is really pretty. That one has the tiniest bit, like literally the tiniest bit of fallout. So I'm just changing my brush just because that one was a little bit stiff. So now I'm going back in with this colour here and I'm just going to blend over that just to make sure that that colour's still there. So I'm going back in with this colour here just to build it up a little bit more on the denser brush, just to put the colour where I want it. And I am bringing this colour quite deep into my inner corner. I quite like doing that with shadows now. I never used to, but I actually like how it looks on my eyes. So now I'm going to go in with this colour here and just put this on the outer V. So one thing I do want to mention is that I know this is called Ruby Obsessions, but to me, I don't see anything like red in this. Like, I see a lot of pinks and the maroon. This to me isn't red. So I would have preferred like a red, like a matte red instead of this. Or even like an actual shimmer that's red instead of this one here. I feel like she could have done a little bit better in the sense of making this a matte red and making this like a shimmery red. So I feel like she done really cool with these kind of palettes, and I get the theme behind them. I just feel like she kind of lost the mark on not putting an actual red in this. So I'm still building up this colour in my crease and it looks fine. Like, there's no problems with it that I've noticed. I'm not having any problems blending. There's no skippiness or patchiness. Okay, so now for my actual lid, what I'm going to do is cut my crease and then I'm going to use one with shimmers. So now that I've cut my crease, I feel like I'm going to go in with this colour in the middle. This colour here, it's like a pinky purple. So I'm going to go in with this colour. And I'm just going to use my fingers. Wow, I like that. So I'm going with a dry brush just to see how well it picks up. So let's see what it's like when I wet the brush. And your finger does work well. I just wanted to see if a brush, dry or wet, works with it. Oh yeah, a wet brush does definitely pick up more. So now I'm just going to blend the edges with that dark maroony colour. So on top of this, I actually want to use a different colour just because it is shimmery, but I want to see what it looks like with this colour on top. I actually prefer this colour just because it's more pink. The other colour pulls more purple. So I'm just going to go back in with this colour here just to put it more towards this crease here, this line. Because I actually like how it looks like purple and then pink. I'm going to go with a touch of this one with a dry brush. And I'm just going to go down the centre just to see if it does anything. So I'm literally just going straight down to the centre of my eye just so it brings a little bit more light there. Okay, so now that I've done this eye, I'm going to go off camera, do that. So now that I've done this eye, I'm just going to go off camera, do this eye, and then I'll be back to do the rest of my makeup with you and give you my final thoughts on this palette.
So I will see you in a minute.
So I'm back. So this eye is done now, and it really didn't take me that long to do. Like, I did clean up my edges a little bit, but then blended over the harsh line. I don't really like a really harsh line, and when I put foundation on, I want more of a rounded look. No. The verdict on this palette so far, I do really like it. I like the colours in it. I feel like the mattes blend really nice and they're pigmented. Not overly pigmented where you can't blend them, but just pigmented enough to not have to build up a lot of. Shimmers are fine, like they're nothing to scream about. I do feel like a wet brush and the shimmers work better, or your fingers. These two here, I just don't see myself reaching for as much as the others. You do get 9 shadows in quite a small palette, so I really do like that. Now for foundation, this is what I'm really excited about. So I've got this foundation here. This is the CYO Life Proof Long Lasting Foundation. I've heard such good things about this foundation from Taylor. She talks so highly about this foundation that I really wanted to try it. And I feel like with my skin, I've got very similar skin to her in the sense of like, it's textured. Not every foundation looks good on me, unfortunately. A foundation really has to be a certain type of foundation to work on my skin. So the colour I got in this foundation was 105. I don't know if this is going to be my colour. I found it really hard to pick my colour in this. So this colour might be off. I don't know. So let's try this foundation. It does have a pump. So I'm going to put it in the back of my hand and I'm going to go in with one pump first. So it's quite runny. So I'm going to go in with half my beauty sponge just because this is a new sponge to me. And then the other half I'm going to do with a brush. So I'm just going to put this on. So I do have to say this sponge is a lot harder than I like and I'm like accustomed to. So I don't know about that. So that's one layer of the foundation and that's a whole pump just for one side. And you can still see a lot of my skin come through. And it is very like glowy. I'd say like so far this is a medium coverage. I'm not sure if it's buildable yet. I'm going to be doing that right now. Now I'm going to go in with another pump and go in on this side. I feel like this colour might be a bit too grey on me or green. So the claims on this foundation are that it's medium coverage, long lasting, it never looks cakey, and it's a natural looking foundation, which so far I kind of agree with. It's more leaning towards dewy for me, but I don't mind that at all. I really prefer dewy foundations anyways. So I do have to say that using a brush on this side has given me a lot more coverage. And yeah, so I'm just going to go over it with my sponge. So I have got a little bit left. So with that, I'm just going to go over this side of my face with my brush just to build up the coverage a little bit more. Another thing that it also claims is that it's transfer proof and smudge proof. I don't know how likely it is that this is transfer proof, just because I find that with more dewier foundations, you can see it more in close. So the only thing that I do have to say about this foundation is that it's only got 15 shades, which is by far not enough. That is definitely not enough. So shade range is crap in my opinion. So the colour 105 is described as a yellow undertone, and I'm not sure if it's pulling yellow on me. I don't know if it's just my lighting or what, but I feel like it's pulling a little bit grey. So yeah, so I do have to say the coverage with a brush is a lot better than with a sponge, but you can build this up. It's not full coverage, like I can still see my skin peeping through here. Saying that, even though I can still see my skin peeping through, I don't mind the feeling of this foundation. It doesn't feel heavy. I don't feel it on my skin at all, but it is a little bit tacky. I might have to set this around my cheeks specifically. So far, I do like it. It looks quite dewy and natural and skin-like. I like this kind of foundation. Hopefully it lasts long and hopefully it doesn't settle into my fine lines really badly. So the next item I'm going to use is an actual sample. I got this in a magazine, or someone gave me a magazine and it had this in there, but I got the Hoola Quick Contour Stick from Benefit and I've actually never tried this, so let's try it today. I like how creamy and easy it is to just glide on the skin. I'm going to blend out my forehead with my brush and see how that blends out. Oh my god, that blends so well and so quick. Okay, so that blended really quick on my nose. So now I'm just going to blend my cheek area with a brush. I like the colour actually as well. And it's not picking up any of my foundation from underneath. So far, that contour I really like. Not sure if I would actually go buy it just because I like my Rimmel one and I feel like Rimmel is cheaper than Benefit. So now I'm going to do concealer. I'm just going in my Makeup Revolution Conceal and Define Concealer in shade C3. And I'm just going in my usual spots. My concealer seems to be blending out fine on top of this foundation and with this sponge. So now I'm going to set my under eyes and I'm going to use the Hourglass Veil powder. I'm still using this powder and I'm still not sure on this powder. So now for bronzer, blush and highlight, I'm going to use this palette here. This is the Hourglass Unlocked palette. So for bronzer, I'm going to go in with this colour here. This bronzer is shimmery. It's not a matte bronzer, which I don't really mind. So I don't know whether it's the contour or the powder because I didn't set the contour. But I can see that it's picking up the contour above it. So I'm actually going to go in and like push this into my skin rather than buffing, just to set that contour. So now for blush, I've got these two here. So I'm going to go in with both of them mixed in and just see what it looks like on my cheeks. I like that blush a lot. Now for highlight, it's only got one highlighter here. So I'm going to go in with a clean brush that has nothing on it and just pop this on. Oh, wow, that's a highlight. Wow. Okay, let's see how it looks on my cheekbones. Oh, wow, I like that. I get why the highlights from Hourglass are really hyped up. It looks like it's coming from within. In my opinion, this is still quite blinding. Even with the whole malarkey of the bronzer situation, which I have a feeling was because of the contour stick and not the foundation nor the powder, like this bronzer. But I really like my base so far. My base is looking really skin-like. Wow, I like this so far. So now for lips, I am going to do my under eyes just off camera just because I'm literally going to use the same colours that I did on the top. So now for lips, I'm going to use the NYX lip liner in New Suede Shoots. I can't say this name without my lisp being so apparent. So I'm just going to line my lips with this. So now for lips, I have the Jeffree Star Mannequin or Honey Love by MAC that one of my friends gave me. So I actually want to go in with Honey Love just to see what this looks like. So because it's quite light, but I actually like the look of the lightness, but I am going to go in with Soar from MAC just on the outside just to bring a little bit of more colour. So this is my eyes so far and basically my look. So what I'm going to do is hop off camera, do my mascara and then come back and do the final steps with you. So I'll see you in a second. Bye guys. So I'm back. As you can see, I've added mascara. The mascara I used was this one. This is the Essence Lash Princess one, the purple one. This isn't my favourite mascara, but I am just going to use this until I've used it up. And the gloss that I'm wearing right now is the Essence Shine 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 Wet Look in Let It Go, and I love this gloss. So the last product I want to use is the Make It Last Setting Spray by Milani. I'm just going to set half of my face just to see if it does anything with this foundation for longevity, but I'm not going to do any check-ins. I'm just going to comment it and edit it into the video. So that's got really fine mist and I actually like the smell. So let's see if it makes my makeup last longer. So yeah guys, this is the final look. I really hope you've enjoyed this video. This look was created by using all new makeup products to me. My favorite products were probably everything except the Benefit Quickie contour stick, just because of the whole patchiness with the bronzer, but that could also be because of the bronzer from the Hourglass palette or the brush or the foundation. So I will be testing out everything individually, and if I've tested it out before I've put this video up, I will edit it into the video. So yeah, I liked the majority of stuff that I tried. The sponge was a little bit tougher than I'm used to, but I still like it. So yeah guys, I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you have, please remember to give me a thumbs up, some comments down below, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you next time. Bye guys.